We are finally ready to tie this into the UI of the client. The search UI is in a dedicated form. It works as you type and lets you toggle between people/post search mode by pressing the buttons on the top right corner. Let's dive into the code, starting with the fields and general types. This is set to true when we are in people search mode. We use this flag to detect if the search text actually changed. The timer waits to make sure the user isn't still typing, so we won't send too many search queries at once. The time of the last search helps us decide how long we should wait for the upcoming search query so we don't send too many queries. This is the search text field where the user can type. Search results add up into the infinite container for paging/refresh capabilities. If search text is less than 2 characters, we shouldn't start searching. This is the standard page calculation logic that we have in other infinite container classes. We build results for people or posts in the same way. There are 2 create entry methods that cover the logic for both cases. The resulting components are returned on null in the case of an empty set. This is pretty direct and should be relatively obvious. The 2 big pieces that are obviously missing from this code are the create entry methods, so let's get to them. The version that accepts the user object just creates a multi-button for that. The same is true for the post entry. I'll get to the event handling code later. The user form and post form mentioned here don't exist yet, so I'll discuss them after finishing the search class. We use border layout so the infinite container can fit in the center. There is no other reason. The title UI ID makes the search field fit into the title area. In iOS, the title is centered by default, and that doesn't look good while editing, so we left a line explicitly for this case. This is the search operation. With every change to the text field, we call the update search method, which performs the actual search. setTitle component places the component in the title area instead of the label that's there by default. This closes the search form by going to the previous form. There are 2 buttons in the title area that let us toggle people and post search modes. We invoke refresh when there is a change, which triggers a call to fetch components in the infinite container for the first page. When we show the form, the search field will instantly launch into editing mode. This is important with a virtual keyboard, so it won't just have focus, it will actually be in edit mode. This leads us to the update search method, which performs the actual search logic. If the text didn't change, we don't do anything. If we have a search pending, we kill that search request. Since this all runs on the ADT, this is a search that didn't start yet. If we already started a search, we make sure it wasn't too soon, otherwise we'll postpone the search for later. When the timer elapses, we update the search time and refresh. Notice that since this is a UI timer, elapsing happens on the ADT. If there is nothing pending, we just do the search right now and refresh the infinite container. With this, the search form should work and show search results instantly. The one last piece of the puzzle is plugging it into the UI, which is actually trivial. We add this line to the main form constructor. With that, you can now click the search button and it will actually work with the data from the database.